And welcome back to Roland Garros and a look at the second set statistics.
Well, Bruguera's serve percentage went up. He won some free points off that serve, continuing to make more errors than winners. Kuerten continuing to go for his shots. 2 sets to love up.
Bruguera 14 unforced errors in the set. He averaged only 6 unforced in the winning sets against Patrick Rafter in the semifinals. And that one makes it into the second row.
Now, if that ball had dropped in, you could just kiss this match goodbye.
Bruguera understandably discouraged, down 2 sets, and had a golden opportunity for the break in the opening game of this one. That's his first ace of the match.
Plus, he was down a break in the second, got back. Had a chance there to pull that second set out, so had to dig deep here mentally. He just left that side of the court wide open, made no attempt to go for that winner up the line. And Kuerten continuing to smile.
That backhand instead of the slice has won him a lot of points.
Good touch by Bruguera there. Definitely underrated. Loves the drop volley. Knew he didn't have to hit that good a drop volley because Kuerten was well behind the baseline. Opens the face of the racket slightly. 40-15. It's a bad miss there. Didn't move his feet. And when he did, it was too late. Try to make up for that by flicking the wrist even harder, but didn't work. Yeah, right on the line. Kuerten's day so far. Total miss hit off the return. Bruguera came in. Didn't hit it quite as deep as he would have liked, but he certainly didn't expect to see this. Well, that was fairly closer than I think Bruguera expected. He would have been the word I used last game.
Well, he won't be gaga over Guga, that's for sure.
You waiting for how long to say that? I can't believe Kuerten hasn't shown more jitters in this match. His first slam final, first final ever. Never got to the quarters of any tournament other than challenges, or a tennis version of the minor league events.
Yeah, he had patches of poor play in the semis against a much lesser opponent, Philippe de Wolf.
Held that forehand nicely for the winner up the line. French starting to get behind Bruguera. I want to see some more tennis. Nice forehand winner there. Not enough on that ball, though, Kuerten. Bruguera could wait to the last instant. He got lucky there. Kuerten hit the ball right back to him. He was ready to give up the point.
He blocks his lob over the head of Kuerten for a winner.
That shot right there, he was prepared to go back to deuce. Instead, beautiful touch.
1-all in the third.
Missed it just wide.
Made a couple nice saves, didn't he, with that forehand slice?
He certainly was controlling the point with Sergi, though, and that's a tough pass for anybody. That far behind the baseline, just missed it. crowd thought it was good, but it was clearly wide.
S'il vous plaît.
Overhit long. Not a lot on that serve. 66 miles per hour. Not going to scare a lot of people, but Bruguera still makes the backhand error. It's going to drop wide. Wind taking that ball. The wind's clearly taking the ball from our left to right. Kuerten forgot that when he hit the drop shot, and he paid for it. Sergi with that short backswing on the backhand side. Kuerten's going to be disappointed with that shot. And that awful-looking chip forehand return from Bruguera floats long. He promised me he'd hit one topspin return today for the NBC audience. But so far, he has not obliged with one. And I mean on the first serve. The second one, he's got loads of time.
Good approach there. And again, the best shot for Bruguera in the match has been that backhand, high backhand down the line.
He's more solid from that side. He makes less errors, takes that shorter swing, which is better in this type of conditions with the wind moving the ball. This time, Kuerten makes no mistake with the overhead.
Oh, another break point slapped away by this 20-year-old. Of course, the most popular Brazilian athlete of all time is the soccer great Pelé. Will this young Kuerten be someone Brazilians talk about for the next decade?
He dominated that point from the start, got ahead, never let up. Kuerten scrambling, gave Bruguera too much time, and he loves this inside-out forehand. So that early backswing, that wide open stance, tough to read if you Gustavo Kuerten break point. Says Sergi Bruguera. He can't help but smile.
There are days like that.
Well, he made a good effort to run this one down. That's a pretty good-looking shot. Kuerten let that ball drop below the net. Made it tougher for him, but he clipped the top of the tape. Bruguera cannot believe it.
Well, they had two chances to break in the opening Kuerten game of this set. Two more in this game.
A lot of stretching Bruguera is doing in this match.
Avantage Kuerten.
It just can't hurt Kuerten consistently off the ground. So Kuerten feels comfortable playing his style of game.
And the game to Gustavo Kuerten. Unwilling to give up a game on his serve. 2 sets.
Well, that ball was called out, but it was on the line, I believe. Yeah, Kuerten agrees. So does Bruno Rabeau, 15 love. If he wants to get himself back into this match, he's going to have to go after those ground strokes a little bit more, put a little more oomph on him. I think that's what he's trying to do, but that time he hit the backhand long. He can't hope for Kuerten to continue to do that. I don't think that will happen. Miss those easy approaches.
Meanwhile, Bruguera in the last 3 service games of Kuerten has had 7 break points and unable to convert any. There's a big forehand for 40-15.
It's that first serve set up that big forehand. He had that 3 break point chances at 4-all, which really could have turned things around. Good effort by Kuerten to hang tough and then break 5-4 and win the set 6-4. Easy game for Bruguera.
It's 2-all.
You know the crowd deep down wants Kuerten to win this match. We look at Sergi's father, Luis Bruguera. They also want to see some more tennis, so they're trying to figure out a way how to handle this.
Cheer for them both.
Certainly have a lot of respect for Bruguera. Haven't seen him win here twice before. His ability to take the ball early and do something with it like he does in that backhand. Steps forward, gets the weight moving forward, gets a little bit more power on it. Winner cross court. I think Bruguera's best bet is to hope that Kuerten starts slowing down a little bit from all the tennis he's played. The fact he hasn't been involved in a lot of any tournaments where he's had to play this much tennis.
You know, Martina Hingis yesterday was hoping that Eva Maioli would slow down too, but all of a sudden it was over.
I think Hingis got hurt playing the doubles. She played a long doubles match the day before, and she looked flat.
And the ace for Kuerten is his 4th.
Kuerten's played 3 5-setters. He did have a quarterfinal match on Tuesday, however, was able to rest the Friday where he played DeWolf, and he played 4 sets there. So he should be okay, but it's not easy to play 3 straight 5-setters on this surface, on any surface, but particularly on this clay.
And his opponent Bruguera had a very difficult semi, 2 tiebreakers, 4 sets against Patrick Rafter on the hottest afternoon of the entire 2 weeks, and played the second semifinal on Friday.
True, but not a lot of long points because Rafter likes to serve volley first, second serve, so Sergi should be okay here. Too good.
3-2. Gustavo Kuerten's story continues. Grand Slam championship from Paris this afternoon, and tonight game 4 of the NBA Finals, 7:30 Eastern or 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific time. NBA Showtime kicks it off for a half hour, and then Malone and the Jazz go against Michael and the Bulls. Game 4 in Salt Lake City with Chicago leading 2-1. And Bruguera, big basketball fan since he was a kid and televised over here. Loved the Lakers. He needs some slam dunks here or some rejections. As Kuerten's had every answer.
Like that. Was slightly surprised by getting the serve out wide of the forehands. He quickly adjusted and used the angle for the winner. Sergi loves that shot. Half volley drop shot, tougher than it looks. Bruguera did see Kuerten off the court.
15 ans.
Knew he didn't have to be pinpoint here, but still, beautiful touch there. It's going to go wide.
15 ans.
It's made a surprising amount of unforced errors on that forehand side today.
And the composure of this young opponent has been surprising as well. Very few loose moments from the Kuerten end of the court. 30 all.
Bruguera's looking to come in more than he usually does. Kuerten is certainly taking his chances as well to approach the net. Sergi doesn't have the patience he used to a couple of years back. Loves that backhand there. Hits it nice and flat. Virtually no backs. Just proof that you don't need to take a huge swing to get power.
40-30.
Perfectly done there. That was a big point for Bruguera, too. He would have been down break point to go down 4-2 in the third.
S'il vous plaît, mesdames et messieurs, un petit peu de silence.
Don't worry, Sergi was just a child yelling. He'll understand when he becomes a father.
And it's mellow.
You don't have control over those things. Hi, Kevin, Sean, Emily, and Ruby, if you're watching.
Now the first double fault from Bruguera, and it's deuce at 2-3 in the third. Kuerten leads 2-0.
Oh, surprise move there. Baffled Bruguera. The smile returns.
First break point for Kuerten in this third set.
Avantage Kuerten.
That was a great replay of it, looking like he was going to hit the big back and then at the last second opening the face of the racket for the winner. Bruguera looks for the angle. Second serve. Like to take that one back. You've seen some of that in this match, overhitting the forehand, particularly on his big chances like break point. He says, yeah, he's got to take something off that forehand.
He's not going to want this dream trip to Paris to end.
Again. It's making Sergi look slow right now. And he's considered one of the best movers on this surface. Once again, opens the face of that racket. Easy winner. That's wide. That's long. Excuse me. It's 4-2. He's 2 games from the title.
Well, he picked up momentum early with his huge win against Tomas Muster. And now Mama Alice and grandmother Olga realize just a couple of games to clinch. And he has the French championship.
Even that ball clipped the line. Sergi's got that look, Dick, right now like it's not my day.
15-0.
I don't think he realized we have 5 hours of television today. Come on.
30-0.
6 points from victory.
This looks like Maioli Hingis in the second set.
And we do have plenty of tennis should this match end in 3. The defending doubles champions, Vacek and Kafelnikov, against the best doubles team in the world, the 2 Australians, Woodbridge and Woodford, for the men's title.
That's wide.
A late call.
Well, Bruno Roubaud's going to get out and take a look. If he will find that ball bounce just wide, and he does. And Kuerten 5 points from the title.
40-0.
Big gust of wind blowing some of the tear bat too.
That really played havoc with his toss. I mean, the ball drifted way too far to his left. Still got the serve in, not much on it. Bruguera follows it up with the backhand winner up the line. The one of the few shots he's hit well today. Bottom line, Dick, is this guy's outplayed him.
And he's 1 game away from an unlikely French Open championship.
For the gold, the new Rebel G. Get the ultimate rush.
I've been playing only 1 match my entire life. And it's late in the 4th set. And I'm feeling strong. And my opponent, history, is looking over at me, wondering what to do.
This crowd reacting almost in a stunned manner to what Gustavo Kuerten continues to do in this French Open Championship. He's beaten Mooster. He's beaten Kafelnikov, the last champions, and now trying to beat Bruguera, had won the 2 before. Kafelnikov and Mooster, and is 1 game away. Bruguera now, how dig can he deep? Didn't seem too interested in that last game.
He had a bad look to him. It was a bad looking forehand right there.
Another net cord.
Kuerten making it look easy now. Bruguera hasn't won a tournament in 3 years. It's really showing now. His confidence has dropped exceedingly low, and he looks ready to just shake hands. He's just toying with him, Kuerten, but he misses it, gets tight on that forehand. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't let up. A couple points from his first ever tournament. Picked the right one to win. There's a good, that's the one shot Bruguera hit well today. Backhand up the line.
2 other unseeded players, as we mentioned, Marcel Bernard, the Frenchman, in 46 after the war, and Mats Wilander in 82 to win this title.
Well, the Wilander win was similar to this because he beat the veteran Guillermo Vilas. Look at that.
And it was his first title, not just Grand Slam, but the first title he had ever won, and Kuerten trying to repeat that mold, and now we're at match point.
Bruguera quickly serves.
The tennis world knows him now. Gustavo Kuerten, 66 in the world. A losing record this year coming to Paris, and now the French Open champion. 6-3, 6-4, 6-2 over two-time champion Sergi Bruguera.
Unbelievable effort from this young Brazilian. Made it look easy today against Bruguera. 3 5-setters. Out of his 7 matches, 1, and we got a new hero in men's tennis.
Brazil has never cheered one of their own to a Grand Slam title. They have one now. First unseeded since Wielander. 50 winners today. Match point, and he forces another error from the veteran Bruguera. Well, the first week I like to wander around, and I heard all this noise, and I saw this brightly colored and colorful player, Kuerten, and I thought, you know, is he that good? Is as good a player as I've seen new in 4 or 5 years? Maybe he is. He certainly proved it to Paris. He is the French Open champion. Well, we have much more for you in our live coverage from Paris, the men's doubles championship. We have our top shots of the entire 2 weeks on the Terre Battue. We'll get the reaction of Bruguera and the amazing Brazilian Kuerten, and much, much more, so don't wander too far off. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The trophy raised by the president of the French Tennis Federation, Christian Beam, and Bjorn Borg hands the winner that prized hardware.
Nice sign of respect there from Kuerten, acknowledging Borg, the 6-time champion. First time he's been back here at the French Open since he last played in '81. He cannot believe that's what he's holding right now. French Open title.
Who would have believed it 2 weeks ago?
And he's overcome with emotion now. Guillermo Vilas also up there, in 1977 French Open champion.
Oh, he earned it, didn't he, John, to beat 3 former French champions to win the title.
He's one happy camper.
There you go.
That's the opposite of a disappointed dude.
And the runner-up, Bruguera, just didn't have enough to test the 20-year-old Brazilian today.
He's got to be disappointed with his effort. This is maybe one of his last chances. Hasn't won a tournament in 3 years. He's got to be extremely disappointed, but yet happy that he was able to get to the finals here once again. The old mixed emotions.
You see how quickly that trophy changes ownership, and then you marvel at how Borg could win it 6 times.
Hello, now is the most difficult thing, talk. I prefer play tennis much more. And it's the first time that I've been in the tour final, and here in French Open is just unbelievable. I mean, I didn't expect this to happen here, but I'm really happy. I would like to congratulate Sergi for his good week also. And I would like to thank these great stars from tennis here to come to give me my trophy. It's a pleasure to be here beside of you two guys. Thank you. And my special thanks goes to my family and all my support there, the Brazilian people. and especially for my father, my friend, my everything, my coach. I love you. Thank you.
Je vais dire seulement que je suis très heureux d'être en finale avec ici à Roland Garros.
I think this is always a solid touch by a player who can answer the French audience in their own language.
We need Courier back.
And he congratulates his opponent in his brilliant play. You know, for Kuerten, it's tough. As he said, it's tough to talk. He's never even known what it's like to get a trophy.
He's never had to do that. Kuerten's got to play next week, by the way, in a little clay court event after the French. You think it'll be a little bit of a letdown there?
Bruno Rebus, the chair umpire, his work acknowledged, but there's the man in Paris. From Florianopolis in the south of Brazil, he has come to this city and as a huge underdog become the best of them all. Gustavo Kuerten, the 20-year-old Brazilian, has won the French Open Championship. 5 less than the man that Bud Collins says hello to now.
Bjorn Borg, I think we've done this a few times at Wimbledon and the French Open. What do you think of this kid, the first tournament he's ever won?
Well, I think first of all, everybody's surprised, but when you see him play, we don't really are surprised, though. I mean, the way he's been playing the whole tournament is unbelievable, and he's just showed the game today that he really deserved to win, and you know, from the backcourt, he's very steady, and he did everything right today in the final.
Is it a different game from when you last won in 1981?
Well, still he's a clay courter, though. I mean, he likes to stay back and wait for the right point to attack, though. But he hit the balls hard, and he play with a lot of sometimes a lot of half volleys from the backcourt. But I just like the way he plays. I mean, he's strong physically and mentally. He has good ground strokes, and it's going to be interesting to follow him in the future.
Well, all he has to do is win 5 more, and he can catch up with you.
Yeah, it's only 5 more to go.
And I'm going to ask him if he can do that. Tack Sumika, Bjorn Borg.
Thanks.
Here he is, the champion. Valeu, Guga. It's not a bad place to win your first tournament, is it?
Yeah, not. I think it's the best place to win. I mean, everything going well here. I just keep on playing like the first match. I feel so good in Central Court in the final. I mean, just had to happen. I mean, was the destiny, the fate.
4-4 in the second set. 3 break points against you. Could the championship have been lost there?
Yeah, I think was the worst moment for me in the match. In the first set, I really played so good, and I had the breakup in the second. I let him come back, so he got the chance to break up, and I was really solid at that time. I started to think, well, that is the point that I need. This game, I needed to get the match, so I really run in every ball. The next 2 games I broke him, and the third set was a little bit easy.
Tell us about Aldo Kuerten. I know you dedicated this tournament to your late father.
Yeah, for me he was a so important person. I mean, when I lost him, I was
you were
8 going to 9, so I didn't expect that I'm going to be a tennis player or something like that, but he was the person that I really love, and I miss him a lot. So this trophy in this tournament goes to him, and I'm sure that he's really happy right now.
How nice to win with your mother and your grandmother. Your grandmother's really your coach, isn't she?
And my brother also is here. And my grandmother would like to, she likes to talk a little bit and give me some tips. So my coach right now, he's a little bit worried. He doesn't know if he's still with the job or he isn't.
You beat 3 champions. Nobody's ever done that before. When you beat Thomas Muster, did you think you could win this tournament?
No, I didn't. I think I just... now I'm in the 4th round. I mean, I had a tough match against Medvedev, so I just think in that match, and after that, I think in Kafelnikov, I never expect to win. I just, today, I start to think, well, it's only this match. If I win this, I will have the trophy. But before that, I never passed in my mind.
You never played Bruguera. Why did you win? How did you do it?
I think he never saw me play because I always see him in the television, and I knew how to play him, and he didn't know how to play me.
And what was that, playing him?
I think this week I just played my best tennis, so I had not so many tactics, but I went for all shots and was going well, so it was difficult for my opponent to put one ball in my backhand. I was going down the line and cross-court in my forehand also. I put the ball in all angles of the court, so it was too difficult for them, and I mean, I just keep on playing my shots, and was everything going well.
That forehand inside out, you turned Sergi inside out. Obrigado.
Thank you.
Champion.
He's a likable guy with a lovable game. Gustavo Kuerten is the champion of France. In the doubles, the Australians Woodford and Woodbridge had won Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, the Olympics, the Australian this year. They've never won the French. We'll see how they do against the defending champions, Kafelnikov and Vacek. We'll go to the Sun America Sports Desk after this commercial.